this story time. Okay, I want to talk about when my former former landlord took me to court for 9 months. 9 months, and it was about a what do you call it? When you getting ready to evict, yeah, okay, evict. Okay. Now he served me with a 5 day eviction. I didn't know. I've never received a 5 day evict before. Okay, I've never seen one before in my life until that day. I come home and bam, there it is at my door. So I'm having a panic attack and every damn thing. Of course you would. I pay my rent. I've never one time in my life went without paying my rent. Ever been late? Not once. Okay, y'all. I tell you. So this was made like a Thursday, on a Wednesday or Thursday. This asshole, this guy, he did not answer the phone. He did not even have a recording going. And I'm saying, like, okay, what's going on? So I tried for that Thursday and Friday, and then here we go. We getting ready to address into the weekend, and they are not answering the phone, not responding to me whatsoever. I'm leaving voice messages. Okay, now I go down to the housing authority. Now at this time, I'm low income. Okay, this was in 2017. I'm low income, y'all. Trump was president. I just gotta say, just put it. Listen. Now I go down to the housing authority and I say, hey, I need your help. This is what I have, and I don't know why I have it. And they're not returning my phone call. This was a Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. No, 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 nothing. So the lady, I ended up getting the supervisor that was in charge of everything. And she took that letter and she called the office, and nobody answered for her. And she reached out on email, and she got them. And she had threads of messages going all on her email stating, like, okay, you served Miss Shaw with evict, but you're not saying why, and you're not returning any type of voicemail for her to cure it, right? Okay, that motherfucker, what he did was he reached out to me. He reached out to me yeah, Saturday. He reached out to me Saturday, y'all, saying, "Oh yeah, yeah. So I guess you went and called such and such. I would you excuse me?" I said, "What's going on? Why did you give me this?" I look, I'm stressed for a whole 3 days. I'm stressed. I don't know what's going on. Long story short, okay, everybody got one of those, just about, in the building, for smoking marijuana. Now it was an 8 unit apartment building. Everybody up in there was smoking weed. And I tell you, some of everybody got one. I didn't know that. See, I didn't talk to anybody at all. So I wouldn't know. It was one person that I was talking to at that time. And she didn't get one. And so let's go back. This now, this man is mad at me. He furious because I done went down to the housing authorities on this sorry ass. So now this motherfucker is like, okay, he like Trump now. He's a racist motherfucker too. Racist redneck hillbilly motherfucker. Now, he was just like, okay, now I want this black bitch to fuck up out my apartment building. That's exactly what he said. Everybody heard him. So I'm just gonna fast forward it, okay, because it's a long story. Long story short, I'm going. I received another one. I received another one. Another evict. Another evict. Another evict. Piles of eviction notices after that. Nobody else was receiving them like that but me. He singled me out because I went down to the housing authority on him, but I only went down there because I didn't know that anybody else had even received one, because I had talked. because the threads were going through the email. But and when that happens to a housing coordinator, not a coordinator, but the manager or something like that, landlord, that is not a good look. Okay, it's not a good look. You don't play with people like that. You don't play with people's lives and shit like that. You don't think you can just go and slap a bitch and expect them to just fall down and say, okay, that's not the type of world that we fucking living in. This motherfucker slapped me with an evict, and I'm like, why? You know? What for? Um, right. And they never returned one fucking voicemail. All they had to do was return the voice message, and I would have never went down there that Friday. Okay. And so I would say 6 months later, this dude had took me to in front of a judge. Took me in front of a judge, y'all. And he had put the whole apartment building, people that was in the living in the building, he brought them downtown to the courthouse against me. He promised them apartment buildings, he promised them carpets and shit and rugs. Everything came out in time. Everything came out after that. He them slow motherfuckers, they slow. Anyways, it was a whole damn circus. He brought them, he had like, okay, Deanna, he had that motherfucker that was off of the spectrum. And okay, he had three people down there against me, y'all. Three people in the apartment building that lived in the same building as me. And believe me, all these motherfuckers extremely slow. This is the reason why I didn't fuck with none of them, because they was definitely okay. I think that wrap this on up, y'all. Okay, now get them down there. Get them down there, y'all. 6, 7 months later. And guess what happens? The zoo erupted. The zoo erupted. The one boy that was coming down there and saying that I abused him, grown ass, big ass man, saying that I am abusing him. Oh my God. I don't know how they was gonna pull that one off, but anyways, he came down to the courthouse and started physically eyeing and threatening a police officer. And you know what they did, right? They coming from everywhere. Get him up out of here. The fuck? I'm like, what the hell? And then my look, y'all. Long story short, okay. Anyways, it's going. You know what? I'm trying to tell y'all how I got help. How I got help. I went downtown and I'm looking for help. I'll go back, fast forward. I mean, rewind, y'all. I go downtown. I'm looking for help, and I'm saying, okay, this man he wants me out of the building. I still don't know why. It's about 6, 7, about 4 or 5 months, and I had to find some legal help. I had to find legal help to fight this motherfucker. So, you know what? God bless me. Everybody in there that worked in that office downtown heard my story. They seen my rent receipts. They looked at my history. Only one person looked at my history, and then the other person did. And then when I got home, more other people looked at my paperwork, and I received 2 emails saying, Miss Shaw, I heard your case. I am the clerk. He said, I am the clerk. I'm the person that you seen when you first came in to the building. He said, I know that you're innocent. I don't know what's going on with you, but here is a person right here, and he is a professional. He's good at what he does. That man, anyways, he hooked me up with this man, and this man, he pulled me up out of that damn swamp real fast. He did. Okay. They went down there. The zoo erupted, y'all. He wanted to fight the damn police officer. Anyway, they kicked him out the building, and so they had to cancel everything. And then we went down there that following week. Okay, I gets in front of the judge, and the judge. Okay, I got to tell y'all the people that they brought in front of me. Okay, now here's the second one. This bull dagger. She was. Oh, Marcella said that she didn't like me because I would not smoke marijuana with her. The judge looking like, what the fuck is really going on here? This is not real. This is not real. The judge is like this. Oh my God. Okay, anyways, after that, I said, now look at this. I gave this to my lawyer. I said, look at this message that Deanna sent me a month ago. A month ago. And he read it out. And he said, Deanna, isn't this your number? Da, 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 da. And she says, yes, that's my number. She said, well, didn't you just say, hello, Marcella, give me a call? He said, well, this was almost 2 months ago, but this case is 6 months old, 7 months old, y'all. Exactly. Like I said, I didn't talk to them. All right. And how she got my number when she first moved in, she tried to play like she was cool, and I seen she was not, and I left her ass alone real quick. Okay, now fast forward. We gonna go ahead and go in front of the judge. They put me in front of the judge. The judge is looking like, what the fuck is really going on here? The judge, she spoke. What she turned around and she looked at me. Okay, and we talked. You know, these people are. This is crazy against me for what? God help me, because his ego got hurt. Got his feathers got ruffled. His ego was fucked up. Now, she says, well, you know what? She says, well, I see that your people, she talked to the landlord. She said, I see that your people has been at Miss Shaw's door. Sniffing for what? Why are they there? He said, well, because she's been smoking marijuana. She said, I don't care what Miss Shaw is smoking. You have no right to be at her door. I don't care. You can smell high and you can smell low. I don't care. You stay away from her door. She said, as a matter of fact, I find Miss Shaw to be very enlightening. And I like her. So is there anything else that you would like to say? That motherfucker went, no,